Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. And as you can see, I'm not in the workshop today. In fact, I haven't been in the workshop for a while now. My wife and I decided to spend some time in France this year and probably going into next year too. And so we left the UK on the 1st of June. We've got a long-term visa to spend some time in France. And after a couple of weeks back in the UK, I'm back now in France. So what have we been up to? Well, we've rented a cottage which is just south of Limoges, about 20-25 minutes south of Limoges, from some friends of ours. And our plan is to spend some time in France, have a mooch round, maybe buy a property, but also to use it as a base so that we can go off and do things either in the car, on the bike, on the BMW, or on my new toy, which is a GasGas EC300, 300cc two-stroke. Now, I bought the bike because there's some amazing forest trails around here. This is before I did any of the trails. And I thought, God, it'd be fantastic to go and do some of these trails. Now, bearing in mind, and if you watch the channel for a while, you'll know that I am not a big fan of mud, okay? I've done some off-road stuff, I've done some stuff in Spain on the Tet, and mud and me are not really good buddies. So, having no experience of the trails around here, I bought this EC300 from a place called Evolution 7 in Limoges. It's brand new, obviously, and I thought, right, let's go and ride some trails. So I managed to find an app called Wikiloc, and it's got loads of different trails, hiking trails, 4x4 trails, enduro bike trails, and you can filter by what you want in terms of distance, whether you want a circular route, what sort of vehicle you're using. Keep being bothered by flies. And that's one of the downsides of being in France. There's loads of insects, absolutely loads of insects, which is a good thing because we need insects. I just don't need them right now. So anyway, I thought, right, I've got the bike, you know, it's ready to go, it's fully fueled, let's go and do some trails. So looked at this Wikiloc app, and there was a trail that started literally 200 meters from where I am right now. Perfect. So I set off and I went down this trail and I'm going along, and there's mud, a certain amount of mud, and it was apparent that these trails are very, very lightly used by anything. They are very, very overgrown. There's trees and bushes growing into the trail that you're ducking and smashing your head into and bashing the bike against, and grass sometimes, you know, literally waist deep grass. So of course you can't see where you're going. You know, I mean, if you had a muddy trail, you'd at least be able to see the ground. So anyway, I did this route. I probably did about, I don't know, 15 kilometers or so, 15-20 kilometers. It was very slow going through the forest. It was very soft, the ground. The undergrowth was a complete pain in the arse. Anyway, got back. I probably did about an hour and a half, I guess, of actual riding. And then the other day I thought, right, let's use this Wikiloc thing a bit more intelligently. So I did some more filtering, and I discovered a route which starts probably about 10 kilometers from here, so not very far at all. And I went up there and I found some great trails. There was mud. I mean, the Limousin, which is the area I'm in, although strictly speaking it's called Nouvelle Aquitaine, they renamed the Limousin some, I don't know, 3 years ago or so. I've no idea why. Obviously some official made loads of money out of it, and that's probably why they did it, because it has no benefit and nothing's changed. Yeah, around this area it rains a lot. The sun shines an awful lot too. One of the things that I really like about living here is that although it rains quite a lot and therefore things grow like crazy, when the sun comes out, it dries up very, very quickly. You know, when you're riding in England and you think, oh, I'll go out this afternoon, and then at 10 o'clock you have a shower for about 5 minutes. Well, the roads are going to be wet for the rest of the day. They just will be, because of the climate in the UK. Whereas here, it rains at 10 o'clock. Well, by 11 o'clock the roads are dry, and the trails are starting to dry up. So my second journey out, I went out to this place about 10 kilometres from here on some much better trails. There was a certain amount of mud, I must admit, but I didn't come back as filthy as I did the first time I went out. And there are other trails as well which I will do, which I'm sure will be equally good and slightly less mud. But there is also, if you go to the slightly northwest of Limoges, just a little bit northwest of Limoges, you can pick up part of the Tete, the French Tete, which I anticipate will be much more used. The trails here, I mean, you know, if they were clear, if they were clearer of undergrowth, they'd be amazing. I mean, the other thing that you do find, and I came across this several times, is fallen trees across the trail. And because they're lightly used, they don't get moved. You know, nobody goes down there with a chainsaw and starts sorting it out. It just gets left and people ride round it. And there was one place where I came to on quite a wide trail, you know, more of a fire track, and there was a massive tree across the trail. But because it was on a very steep slope, basically there was a sort of triangle of free space underneath the tree that I managed to get through quite easily, so that was fine. But you do find a lot of fallen trees. You also find a lot of horses. On my last trip out, I came across 2 sets of horses. Obviously, stop, turn the engine off, let the horses pass. Don't want to upset anyone. Certainly don't want anyone to feel negatively against off-roaders. And that was fine. So my plan now is, today is Thursday, and on Monday I'm going to be riding down to Andorra. I'm going to put the bike on the back of the car, on the back of the Land Cruiser. I've got a mount for it, and I'm going to be spending 3 days in the Pyrenees riding the trails on this. The bike itself, so what is the bike like? So first of all, it's unbelievably light. It weighs about 105 kilos. I'm not sure if that's wet or dry, but the fuel tank is small. It only holds about 6 litres or 7 litres. It's unbelievably light, which it has to be in order for me to lift it onto the rack to get it on the back of the car. The advert for these bikes is, they say, it makes hard enduro easy. Now, I don't ride hard enduro. I ride very average enduro, but it is a very easy bike to ride. It's a very easy bike to ride on the rough stuff. Even I, with my limited skills, I have found that. So I am very much looking forward to getting this thing on the trails in the Pyrenees, and I'll see how it goes. I mean, it's a test, it's an experiment. You know, put the bike on the car, go down, book into a hotel, which I've pre-booked, ride some trails, and if it goes well, you know, if I find actually this has worked incredibly well, next time I'll go to a different area of the Pyrenees and do some more. You know, the whole point of being in France is to enjoy France, and I love bikes, and therefore I want to enjoy France on my bike. So that's it for now. When I get back from my Pyrenees thing, I'll do a video and I'll let you know how I got on. I haven't made any changes to the bike at all. Before I go, apart from hand guards and a bash plate underneath, before I go I will be changing the gearbox oil, because this is a 2-stroke, so there's no engine oil. But after 5 hours you need to change the gearbox oil, and so far I've done just under 4 hours. So if I manage to get out on the bike before Monday, bearing in mind it's Thursday afternoon now, then I shall rack up a bit more time. But even if I don't, I shall drop the oil out of the gearbox and replace it, and then I'll be fine. I think the next gearbox oil change is 10 hours. Well, I'm unlikely to do 10 hours of off-roading. I might do a little bit of light road work, But when I'm in the Pyrenees, I'll probably do another sort of 8 to 10 hours, and then I'll change the oil again. I mean, I think it only takes about a litre of oil, so it's not like it's a big deal. So that's it. I'm going to, so far over here we've got the BMW, which my wife and I have used a couple of times. I've got the GasGas because I bought that, that's French registered. The Husqvarna is coming down mid-August. I'm going to go to the UK and pick up the Husqvarna, and the Gixxer is still in the UK, and so it can stay there for a while. Anyway, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the update. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Please like and subscribe if you want to hear me ramble. There will be more rambling. I will be getting a workshop. I don't currently have a workshop, but I am anticipating by the end of September I will have a workshop that I can kit out in France. So then I will actually have my workshop back, and I'll be able to do the videos from the workshop. But in the meantime, ride safe, and I shall catch you later. Bye for now.